Hello, I am the Vibe Kage. You know that. I know that. Who doesn't? I don't know. But you're reading this right. What if Deku was the last Power Ranger? What the fuck am I on this one? Well, in this one, it's a simple time traveling one where, well, not time traveling, but Deku isn't the only vigilante. Because in this one, Deku never went to UA. Rather, he did online school and graduated early. Because, Deku was diagnosed as quirkless, and, for him, it doesn't really matter. Because, no one told him he can be a hero. And, well, Inko, she left Deku before, like, yeah. She left Deku when he was just 6. She said she was, her and Hasashi will be right back. Never came back. And Deku's pretty much just been on his own. Like, you think they'd care about Deku, but no. In this one, Deku pretty much, once he was at the age of 6, they pretty much just left him alone. They couldn't find anything on Inko and Hasashi. Since Izuku was deemed quirkless, the government pretty much gave him, welfare, telling him, you just need to go to school, we'll pay you, yada yada yada. Deku, heartbroken and alone, he just, okay, he wants to do it where he's just at school online. They help him get set up, and he does it. He does his school online. He graduates when he is only 16. And when I mean he graduates college. Like, he has a master's degree in both history, and what was the other one? Physics. Right, that's what I had written down. Now, Deku, big brain, super genius, and he goes out every now and then. He never met Bakugo in this one, honestly. Well, he did, but he doesn't talk to Bakugo since, he's alone. He's pretty much rarely leaves his house. But on this day in particular, for some reason, he was drawn to something. Like, he went out towards Dagobah Beach. It was just covered in trash. When he hears a commotion. Of course, Deku, he goes out, he sees, and what he sees is this 2 people. A tall, well, not tall, but rather on the height side, the tall side, this purple-haired woman with glasses with a giant pair of scissors on her back. And then a woman with yellow hair, a blonde, voluptuous, bustious woman who Deku's just like, she seems to have a mutation quirk, because she looks like she's kind of like this weird lioness. I don't know. Deku was just kind of confused on this one. But no, he sees, these 2 people kill someone. And Deku screams, oh no! They see Deku. They look at each other, they nod, and then when they look back at Deku, he's gone. They're like, shit. They run off. They're trying to chase down Izuku. Izuku's running down the path of Dagobah Beach, hiding within, trash and rubble. But, yeah. Now, he thinks he's safe because he hears the purple-haired girl called Shell, tell Leone, the blonde, that she can't find him and that she'll look over there. She says she's going on the other side, and that if that doesn't work, then they're going to have to, go back to base and tell the boss. Deku, he's kind of terrified right now, so he's just patiently waiting for them to leave. He doesn't hear any footsteps, so he steps outside of his hiding place. He looks, he turns, he sees he's okay. Hold up. So yeah, to his surprise and terrifying him, Leona just drops out and saying, "Hey kid, I don't know what you think you saw, but do you mind just having a quick chat with me?" Deku's fucking booking it already, and she's just like, I love when they play hard to get. It makes it more fun to kill. She jumps off. I'm trying to silence Deku before he could say anything. But Deku, he trips, rolls, hits into this pile of rubble that just kind of collapses on top of him. Which Leon is just like, oh, I guess he's fine. Which, beach rumbles just a little bit as, boom, the pile of dust of junk just falls through, kind of like in a sand pit, which, surprises the shit out of her. She's just like, well, I guess that kid's dead. So she comes over and says, Leone, did you? And she sees the cradle, and they're like, oh, I see. Let's go then. So the two leave. They're going back to Le Boss to talk to about the accidental kill, which, from the boss's perspective, she's pissed. Just like hits Leona and hits Jelly and just says, you should have brought him here rather than kill him. Like, because, innocent death, not good, but yeah. So pretty much they're tasked with going to retrieve his body at least. So his loved ones aren't worried, but they don't know. So, rewinding just tad bit to the moment where the whole trash ball just falls through. Deku, he lands, hits, and as the rubble crashes on top of him, it doesn't really land too hard on him. Like, yes, it is pinning him down, but it, like, just enough pressure to, like, cave in the old floor that they were on. And Deku falls through, rolls down a tunnel, and boom, he's in an old, kind of like weird ship, where he just sees two, and this terrifies him, what look to be two ancient robots. One of a giant rusted tiger and one of a rusted dragon looking creature. Deku's confused, but he carries on. He's just like, well, I managed to escape that one villainous woman, but I don't know, like, where I can find my way out, so he's traveling. He eventually stumbles upon, a ship, enters, sees, like, there's this old robot, like, in hibernation. He goes, tinkers with it a little bit, unintentionally restarts it back up. Robot's thankful for Deku, saying, it tries to go around and activate its other things. Deku, he's not sure why, but he's helping the robot, turning on the machines and everything in there. They're, I'm gonna say Tomias, the new Zordon, if you will. He's just there, and he tells Mizuku that he's grateful for him, and that he senses something within Izuku. Something useful. Something needing a slight push, So, they open a special pod. It reveals this weird wash-looking thing. Deku's confused on what it is, and Tomias tells him, go ahead, stick your hand out. Deku does. It latches onto his wrist, clamps down, and it's weird because Deku wasn't scared the moment it jumped on him. Rather, here's the really weird part. The two coins on the opposite side of the ship, one that holds the tiger and one that holds the dragon, they both glowed and then jumped towards Izuku. Flying towards him, Deku catches both of them in one hand, and he's confused. He's just like, wait, what are these? Tomias is just confused as well. He's just saying, interesting. Go ahead and put on the green one first. Deku does. He puts it in the watch, sets it in, and slams down. He then transforms into the Green Dragon Ranger, equipped with the dragon sword, the dagger blade. That sounds like a synthesizer trumpet played as a flute through a dagger with a helmet. Weird as fuck, I know. Now, Deku, he feels the power, the rush in strength, and he powers down right away. Not out of exhaustion, but because he actually thought about changing back. Tobias is just like, what happened? Deku's just like, oh, I thought about turning back to normal. The launch then opens up, and the coin is gone. Deku's just like, what? And he's saying, put in the other coin, boy. Deku does the same thing to Tobias's shock, and not really a shock to Deku, but more to his just added on confusion. He now turns into the White Tiger Ranger, which Tobias is just incredible. The two powers, they are two sides of the same coin, if you will. A yin and a yang, from what your people call. One power of creation and a power of destruction. The light and the dark. And you seem to hold both powers just fine, my boy. Now, I don't know what this means, but, young man, I entrust you these coins. And Deku's just like, wait. Why? What's the catch here? And, Tobias is just like, long ago, there were these weapons before humans had quirks. Back when only the animals, the creatures, they are the ones with abilities. What I was tasked with is guarding these weapons. There were originally 48 of them, and now half of them destroyed in my crash landing, lost throughout the vacuum of space. The other 24 are somewhere on this earth. Find them, my boy. Protect them. Be the guardian. Originally, this was a task for 24 each. But with you holding both sides of the coin, there's no doubt in my mind that this would be child's play for you. Now, there's not much time for me. Though you turned us back on, the power in our battery is still low. And I don't have much longer. Though I wish I could help you more, the power is yours to do as you please. Please, my only request is that you find the Imperial Arms. And, Deku agrees, because, free power, fuck it, why not? Now, Deku, no one in this world knows what a Power Ranger is, because they don't exist in this world, so, yeah. Now, why is Deku the last Power Ranger? It's because Tobias tells him that's what these are. They're Power Ranger coins. Originally, there were a group of 5 different warriors. The red, the blue, the yellow, the black, and the pink. They had fallen, and then 2 other coins were brought in. Using the power remaining from the 5, each coin pretty much represented a tipping scale, half the strength of all 5 in a sense. But eventually, as the coin was passed on user to user, its power grew and grew, feeding into the soul of the tiger and the soul of the dragon that still remained, telling him how the other 5 spirit beasts died. These are the last 2, and that they seem to have bonded to Izuku without, any real reason to. Tobias is just like, I guess you are the last Power Ranger. Do us proud, my boy. As, he transfers all remaining energy into a blank coin, which he tells Deku in due time the powers will combine into a new one for you. Use this coin when that happens. Deku's just like, how will I know? And Tobias is just like, I don't even know. Godspeed. Ends transmission. The robot's sad, but he's also deciding to shut down forever since he trusts Deku. Deku's just like, but what if I have questions? He pretty much tells him, you slam, depending on which one you want, you either slam the tiger coin or the dragon coin. You're turned into that one. You get powers. They come with weapons. And then when you get strong enough, he points to the robots and he's saying you'd get their respective Zord. Now, Deku's confused on seeing the dragon and the tiger Zord because he's just like, you mean they're alive? And the robot is just more or less, it's the husk, if you will, built from the original body of the dragon and the original tiger. Over time, as technology advanced and the spirits combined with people and, we developed more, it kind of became robotized. Their soul and core is in the coin. Their body became metallic, and they kind of just grew. We never really questioned it. We just knew one day we need giant robots, and then the spirit beast turned into them giant robots. And you will be able to control giant robots. Take heed. Now, Deku, he's still kind of, what the fuck, but he accepts and he leaves with, his power coins, his Morpher watch, and yeah. They pretty much tell him what's the way out. Go back the same way you came, morph, and just punch your way out. Deku does, leaves, escapes, and, he powers out. He's on the beach, he's just running. At this point, he's just gonna go home because he's just, hella tired, because, yeah, when, he sees 3 shadows above him, and a voice, an all too familiar voice, saying, well, looks like somebody stayed alive. That's good for me. As she drops down in front of Izuku, and Izuku's just like, shit! And before he can even react, another person dives down, hitting Izuku in the back of the neck. As this girl, Deku, looks up, and she just has, pink hair. She's wearing a, what seems to be a modified version of a schoolgirl outfit, but couldn't be. A red skirt, black, vest, and a white dress shirt. The girl has some headphones in too, and a head bandana, but overall, Deku's just thinking, I got taken down by a really cute girl. And last but not least, there's this other green-haired boy who's just like, damn, what a pain. As before Deku hits the ground, he's just yeeted up into the air, covered in threads and strings, and Deku is unable to, hit his watch. So, there he stands. Now, time skip. About 6 hours or so. Deku, he finally wakes up. And, he's still tied up, but this time he's tied up to a chair. And, he's looking around, he's just like, where am I? What's going on? And it's, night raid. Now, here's where things kind of get slightly different, because in here, night raid is a group of vigilantes that, they kill people. Because, sometimes the hero work just isn't right. And their members are just like in canon. So, yeah. Key difference here is that Takumi doesn't have Incrucio. In this one, he gets Grand Chariot. So, Lutz is still there, so yeah. Which I'm probably gonna have fun with him on a scene. So yeah. Fucking hell. I'm gonna pause this real quick. So, first, story break. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. I am now the power level of Goku when he first landed on Namek. With, after training in the not hyperbolic time chamber, the gravity room in his spaceship. The heavily suppressed power level of 4,000, Captain. So, now, back to this. So, Deku, he awakens and he sees, Night Raid. And Night Raid is a vigilante group, which Deku, he doesn't know. He's just thinking, shit, I'm caught by villains and I'm finna die. No, if I can just get my arm, shit like that. And, they tried to remove Deku's watch, but it never came off. So, yeah. Akame, in this one, has her sword pointed at Izuku's neck and saying, stop struggling to reach for your watch. Your imperial arms won't work on us. Which, Deku's just like, did you say imperial arms? This is when Leone hits Akame for saying, spilling the beans, saying, Akame, you weren't supposed to mention that. And Akame's just saying, I thought he had one because of the thing. Kind of pouting, but not pouting, but annoyed that Leone would strike her. Kind of as if it was nothing. But she digresses. She's not too mad, but she is annoyed at the transgression. Now, here is where the story kind of changes ever so slightly because, Deku, he's just looking at them, so are you guys gonna kill me next, or what? This is when the boss, she comes up, and I'm gonna just refer to her as boss because I respect her. Oh, a woman with an eye patch I did not know I could want so much. Oh well. Anyway, she sits in front of Izuku and she's saying, what do you know about Imperial arms? And he's just saying, slam my arm, my wrist, and I'll show you. They're hesitant at first, but Deku's just saying, if you want me to trust you guys, then trust me. Of course, everyone but Tatsumi and Susanoo and Blood are, against this. The three are just like, why not? So, they do. Deku shows them the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, tells them how he just found the guy who's supposed to protect the Imperial arms. And how, they know about the Imperial arms, about it being a crashed ship and everything. There are, scriptures foretelling this kid. And Night Raid, they use their Imperial arms to kill people. Which Deku, he kind of annoyed at. He's just like, nah, y'all shouldn't do that. That's kind of bad. That's bad. Okay? Killing people's wrong. You see, killing people's hearts, their feelings. I'm fucking with y'all. I gotta stop. But no, they're looking at Deku surprised. Like, are you not terrified? And Deku's just like, oh no. Without a doubt, I am pretty much sure I might die here. But, he's just looking at them and he's just... But at the same time, he's just thinking to himself, I'm not really scared. They're kind of looking at Izuku just, the fuck is he on? How is he scared but not scared? Well... Fuck. Sorry guys, I wasn't trying to yawn, but I get tired, I guess. But no. This is where things, get kind of fun. Where they ask Deku, if you're terrified, why aren't you, screaming or doing anything? And Deku, without a doubt, saying, because he doesn't care. He tells them, how his parents left him because he was quirkless, and now he has a new power. And with this new ability, he is going to do something in the world. At first they're making fun of him, saying, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do?" Deku, he's not too thrilled about being made fun of, so he pulls out his two swords, the short green dagger blade, the short. One more time, the short green dragon ranger sword that becomes a flute, trumpet, synthesoid thing. Y'all know what I mean. And the white tiger blade, which it's a much more larger grip. And, well, he's just telling them he'll fight them to join, which they're kind of taken back by. You want to join our group of killers? And Deku's just like, no. I don't want to join a group of killers. I'm only doing this so I can use you guys to track down the Imperial arms, which, this time they ready to fight him because they think Deku's going to take their Imperial arms. And Deku's just saying, no. He doesn't want to do that. Rather, they can keep theirs. And, because, Deku... How can I put this lightly? Wait, hold on. So no, sorry, I had to blow my nose. But no, Deku, he's pretty much telling them, no, you guys can keep your Imperial arms. I want to find the remaining ones. After that, we'll talk about it. Which, they're questioning, oh yeah, and why should we believe you? Which, Deku's just saying because if I have to, I'll fight and kill my way out of here. And then hunt down the Imperial arms, regardless of your guys' help. Because to Deku, the only thing that matters is collecting Imperial arms. Which, Night Raid's just looking at one another, thinking, well, okay. Yeah, okay, you can join. But, this is when Chelsea grabs Deku by the arm. And she's just like, but first a makeover. Which Deku confused until Chelsea pulls out her not sacred arms, but her Imperial arms. And turns Deku into a fucking kitty cat. Which Deku's annoyed because he can't turn back. This is under Chelsea's control. And yes, I'm changing it to where she can not just turn herself, but other people too. Sure, fun time. Deku being a little kitty cat. Akame is playing with him with a laser. Leone kind of was fucking around with Deku because she just threw catnip at Deku's face while he was in cat form. So, yeah. Deku low-key cat high right now, so yeah. And in case you're wondering, how does that work? Well, I'm changing the Imperial arms from Chelsea's, so when you turn into something, if it's an animal, you act like that animal too. So, cat and catnip, boom, Deku fucked up. But this backfired on Chelsea because catnip Deku just went in between her thighs and kind of just stayed there. He claimed it as his home, which, she was okay with. Because, the two like each other a little bit. Just a little bit. I figured, why not? So yeah, after, they spend the night getting to know one another, and by they I mean Deku and Night Raid, not Deku and just Chelsea alone. Not yet. But no, Deku, he pretty much agrees, and they're going to be going on missions, killing people and all that good shit. Now, this is still, the story of One for All and All for One. Kinda, sort of, yeah. All for One does have a few Imperial arms of his own, which there was a rumor that there was going to be an attack at UA, and one of the villains is supposed to have an Imperial arms, which, Deku, he's going to be going. Who accompanies him on the mission? It is none other than Leone. And, just because I think it'd be really good for just for the cute little moments. Akane. And in case you're wondering, Tatsumi is gonna be with Mine. Mine? Yeah. Yeah, you know who I mean. The other Pinky. Those two are the ship on that. And yeah, Deku, Chelsea, but Akame, her, and Deku are gonna have those cute little scenes where Leon is just gonna play along and fuck around. Which, yeah, Deku, he shows up in his normal form, but, he's asking them what are their quirks, and to his surprise and, also joy, everyone in Night Raid is quirkless. It's the Imperial arms that give them their powers, and that's what they use. So, yeah. Now, what was I thinking of? Right. Deku, he pretty much goes in, and, him, Leone, and Akame are just waiting at the USJ, just scouting it out, when, Akame's stomach rumbles. Deku, being the ever so vigilant team, I guess, I was gonna say teammate, but I don't know. I mean, Akame is kind of cold to him right now, but only because Deku's first mission, and she doesn't think just a simple watch turning him into some sort of green or white ranger person will be enough power, but oh well. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick, because if you can't hear it, my nose is kind of stuffy. He pulls out a, bento boxes, which, Akame is just like, are you even sure this is the right time to be eat? She shuts up when Deku hands her a bento box, which, he pulls out one and gives it to Leone. The two look at him weirdly, like, what? And Deku's just like, what? You didn't think I'd pack us a lunch? Like, go on a mission without a lunch, do you? The two are kind of surprised, because though they don't know when the villains are going to be attacking, it's not really something someone plans ahead of time. It's just, oh, I'm going on my mission. When we get back, we eat. Not, oh, we're going on a mission. I'm going to pack us a lunch so we're not too hungry. Deku even looks at them and saying, well, now this is something that Deku has not really practiced on, but because he's been a shut-in most of his life. He blushes when he says, it's just what's wrong with him thinking about his teammates, worrying about their safety. Like, if they're hungry, like, they might mess up, they might get hurt, and Deku doesn't want that. He'd prefer them that they all came back without a single injury. Which, Akame smiles, Leone smiles. They both give Deku a kiss on the cheek, and Deku's just like, oh, wait, what, why? What's going on? I need an adult. Leone whispers in his ear, I am an adult. Boom, Deku knocked out. His mind just overheated. He couldn't get to it. It was just too much for him. Oh, poor boy. Nah. But no. Leone doesn't mark Deku because, she's seen the way Chelsea's been holding him when he was a cat, and then when he wasn't a cat. Relatively the same, so yeah. But Leone is getting to where she kind of wants to meet somebody, so yeah, that's kind of weird. So no, she's kind of like how Pixie Bob was, but rather than say her age and worry about like, I'm 18 at heart type shit. Nah, Leon is just like, eventually I'm gonna have to find myself a dude type shit, because Leone in this, she is 26. And yeah, I think Aizawa was like 30 or 31 in the manga, in the story right now, so yeah. Aizawa just a little bit older, just a tad bit. Oh well. So the three, they're enjoying this nice little bento that Deku had made them. Nothing too special. He just made some rice balls with some pork filling, some with chicken. You know, he's brought some tea. They're all having a good time. They're nice. Akame, like, she looks at Deku, just like scowling at him, and Deku's just like, "Can I help you?" And Akame's just like, "Thank you for the food. It was really good." Deku just tilts his head and he's just like, do you not like me or something? Or, and Akame's just like, she just sighs and saying, "Look, the job we do isn't pretty, and I've had to bury friends, okay? You being new here, I just don't," like, she stops, and because Deku just sticks out his hand, he's just like, "You're worried. I get it. Thank you. I'm worried about you too." Which Akame just, like, turns her head, because though it's not said that often, she still, like, debates on how, like, the whole Night Raid family is with her. So, hearing someone genuinely say, "Oh no, I know you're supposed to be a badass, but that doesn't mean I can't worry about you." So, I'm gonna blow my nose again. Hold up. So, yeah. Now, here is, some things where Akame tells Deku her backstory, and on this one, rather than her having a sister, she was an only child. An only child that was trained to be a killer. When the program fell through because the government stopped getting funded, they pretty much just left her high and dry. The boss saves her, gave her a purpose, and now they kill people who are crooked, work for the government. Here, in all retrospects, one person has been crossed or betrayed by the hero society or the society in general. Like, an example for Mine, because her mother was violated by a villain. So when Mine was born and looked half like her and half like the father, the mother instantly abandoned her, like, left her in an orphanage. And there she met Shell, and the two have been inseparable. Shell, with her, it's like her parents died in a car crash, and no one wanted to protect her or, like, live with her. So Shell has that. Takumi, what can I do? Now, he was just the son of a hero who, when killed, everyone kind of forgot about him. Because he wasn't the number one hero. Like, yeah, he had some fans, but because he wasn't the most popular one, they kind of just left him. And, yeah. And then Susanoo and Blut are former pro heroes that quit the industry when, they were getting in trouble for, rather than doing jobs, they were more worried with the outcome of people. So their hero agency dropped them because of their image. Wasn't necessarily doing the most flashiest or getting the biggest scores, but rather just small gigs and helping old ladies, shit like that. Rather than do, like, lip service, it was just more like glam. That was what they were after. So, yeah. Now, Chelsea, because I like her, I'm gonna just say her mom was a pro hero who pretty much abandoned her for her career. And, yeah, them all being quirkless is just an extent of how cruel the world is. But they find solace within each other, and they're all physically adept and trained. And, their Imperial arms are really good to help them. Now, where can I go with this? The bus arriving at the USJ. Now, it is 1A and 1B because, they need 3 teachers, and All Might's not there. Well, he will be there, but he's going to be showing up later. So, Yeah, fun. Deku, he's just, seeing people, and he's watching, and there is this girl who catches his eye right away, but he can't tell that to Mine now, can he? No, he can, but, you know, he blushes a little bit when he sees her, so Leone just swipes the binoculars. I have to think of the word for a minute. Sorry. So she swipes the binoculars, looks, and she sees this green curly haired girl with some jagged teeth, kind of decent. She's voluptuous to say the least. So she looks at Deku and she's saying, "Oh, so you like girls with green hair to match yours, don't you?" Deku's just like, "No, no, no, it's not like that. I've never met her before." And it's not Ibara, the religious plant girl. It's Setsuna, lizard tail splitter girl. But yeah, they're giving him le business because cute girl, he sees it. So, you know, Leone, she asks Deku, "Who is the girl that you like then?" Which Deku, he's just blushing because he's just like, I don't like a girl right now. It's just, I, you guys are the closest things to friends I've had in my life. Leone, she stops questioning him on this one because she felt a little bit bad for that one. So she just hugs Deku and saying, I'm only playing around with you, kid. Don't get so uptight. Akame just smiles at Deku and she hugs Deku too, saying that she's his friend now, so there's that. But she also looks at Deku and saying, "Oh, my friendship, in order to keep your high standings, since you're new, you must make me snacks every day. No, every other day." And Deku, he just, chuckles a little bit because he's happy. He's just like, "Okay, I'll make you something." Akame smiles and hugs Deku. Leone, she's on the other side of Deku, and then she's just like, whispers in his ear, "Man, is this a fantasy of yours, having two hot girls all over you?" Deku, he turns red, gets flustered, starts stammering, gets up. He's just like, "No, no, no, no. It's not like that. It's just, blah, 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 blah." And then, Leone just hugs him and just buries his face in her breasts. And he's just saying, "Oh, I'm just playing with you." Doing that, and Deku's just like, out cold. His mind could not process, you know, Deku has stopped working, brain malfunction, just drink. Like, when Leone removes Deku's face from her breastises, she just sees Deku face red, just bloody nose, and he's just like, Leone laughs as she just lets Deku kind of chill, as her and Akame just giggle. This is when, they hear some screaming, some noise breaking, and all that other good shit. League of Villains are attacking. And now, who? Who in pray tell has these Imperial arms? Well, just because I feel like, why not? As opposed to, maybe I shouldn't. But I digress. The person who they have right now is, Mr. Compress. And what does Mr. Compress do with an Imperial arms, you may ask? Well, the one Mr. Compress has is... Let me look up the name real quick, actually. Okay, I'm back. And Black Marlin. The Water Dragon possession. The Water Dragon ring that, the General wore. But, no. He pretty much has that one, and he starts, flicking up people, destroying the ship, and there's no Nomu to accompany them. And Aizawa's confused because, he's using Eraser, but the Imperial arm is still working because it's not a quirk. So, Aizawa's telling, 13 and Vlad King, I don't know what the fuck that guy is doing, but I can't erase him from doing whatever he's doing with the water. which, they're thinking maybe he has a drug, that's why. No, Imperial Arms, which, this is when Leone, Akame, and Deku, they bust in through the ceiling. They start taking down, the moment they land, they spread out. Akame goes into, like, the fire area, the place where it's raining all the time, and Leone, she goes to landslide area, and then, the, what would it be? Shipwreck area, the water one. So, because she wants to play with the water dragon user. And Deku, he's just, he's not the most comfortable killing right now, so he goes in, he's trying to help the students. So, yeah, Deku, he falls in, he slams the watch, there was a green light, no one knows what's going on. But, Deku, he's coming in, he's cutting down villains. Not, like, yes, they could die, but if they get medical attention, they'll be fine. And that's how Deku's just doing this right now. He cuts down, a good third of their army. And, UA students are trying to ask him who he is, why is he helping, and all he does is just run off. Bakugo and Todoroki, they see them, they think, like, Izuku's a villain, so they're trying to stop him. Of course, this ends when they hear us scream, go like, ah! And it was Aizawa. Aizawa got his arm, ripped off from the Black Marlin water dragon, and Aizawa's down. Bakugo and Todoroki, they're rushing towards their teacher, and, Deku's looking for Leone, and he sees Leone struggling, like, not trying to drown, because there's a water dragon just pulling her into the water. She's saying she's fine, she's got this, go, blah, 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 go. And she goes pulled into the water. Deku is pissed. And he just slams the center of his chest, which turns him into the White Ranger. So a white light engulfs him. He pulls out his white tiger blade. Mr. Compress is thinking, so this too is an Imperial Arms. But there's no way he'll... His hand gets cut off, like, in a split second. No one saw this. The White Tiger's speed is just too great. So, the dragon stops, falls to the water. Leone, she surfaces up, panting, just struggling for air. Akame finds her, takes her out. Deku, he takes the ring. And then, behind Mr. Compress, just... a single swipe, head rolls off. Shigaraki and Kirigiri, they're just like, yeah, fuck this, we out. Because the water... And this one, Black Marlin has this defensive thing where as long as the opponent can, like, the user can wear it and see where the attacks are coming from, water naturally just will go to guard the person, but Deku moved too fast for Mr. Compress to see, so head chopped off. Deku takes the ring, sees Aizawa, he puts on the ring. He doesn't power down, like, he puts the ring on through the, ranger suit, which everyone's just like, what the fuck? But then, ring just slides on, suit's still over it. Deku's just like, water possession. Black Marla sticks up his hand as, a water dragon forms, bites down and grabs Aizawa as, Izuku just jumps on and tells Akame and Leone that they have to leave, so they gone. They deuces. They're kind of confused. Why are they taking Aizawa? Time skip about an hour later. Aizawa's at the base. His arm has been stitched back on thanks to LeBlanc and his crosstails. And, just for the sake of simplicity, Leone took off her belt, put it on Aizawa, and, it actually, they were skeptical on whether it would, fuse with him or not, but it did. Caused his arm to heal, and So now it's not like weirdly scarred, but somewhat scarred. And they took off the belt. Leona gets her belt back, and they pretty much leave Aizawa just alone until he wakes up. Izuku spots him and tells him, "You're at our base. My name is..." Well, he doesn't say his name. He says that he is, the Ranger. The Ranger, not Power Ranger, not the Green Ranger, not the White Ranger. Just the Ranger. He is a member of Night Raid, and, well, it's been an hour. Aizawa looks at his arm, seeing that it's attached. And, Aizawa's just saying, "So are you going to kill me?" Izuku just shakes his head. He then removes his glove. Not removes his glove. He reaches into a drawer right next to him and pulls out the Omni Vision Spectre, the green eye, that it caused Aizawa to see an illusion. And pretty much this illusion caused Aizawa to see, his best friend. I had his name. Hold up. So yeah, Aizawa sees Oboro when Izuku powers down his suit. And, he's telling him, "I'm not whoever you're seeing. This is just to hide his face from him." And that they're letting Aizawa go, yes, but only because, Izuku likes Aizawa. He tells him he thinks he does a good hero job, and that's why he's not letting him lose his job from losing his arm. They healed him, yes, but don't expect too many favors. Aizawa's just saying, the next time we meet, I'm gonna have to bring you in. Deku's just saying, good luck with that. Aizawa's just saying, can I at least know one thing? Izuku nods, and Aizawa just asked him, is everyone here as strong, have a strong quirk like you? Which Deku, he smiles, and, before he closes, the door behind him, because he's still with Aizawa, and Aizawa, he's just going along with it right now, because his instincts are telling him, just play it cool and calm until you're free. But yeah, they're in a disposable hideout, in case you're wondering, so, no. Not the real hideout, just a place where they can tend to their wounds. Which Izuku does tell him this is not their main base of operations, so they're pretty much going to abandon it after this. I was just like, damn, I would have loved to visit again when he's better. And not Aizawa, but Izuku's just laughing, saying, I'm sure you would. This is when, for the sake of fun, when Leona shows up and she sees Aizawa walking out, she thinks he's cute, and yeah, that's fun. Now, Izuku, he's not really paying too much attention, but yeah. He tells Aizawa that, after this, I know the next time we meet we're enemies, but keep in mind, we're pretty much on the same side. We both want the same thing, and when Aizawa asks, what's that? Deku just says, a world that's better. And yeah. This is when Izuku causes Aizawa to see a new illusion, hypnotizing him in a sense, because, yeah, why not? And yeah, Aizawa leaves, goes to UA, doesn't really remember the path that he saw. It was all just a weird thing. He never physically saw the actual path he took. He just took a path and boom, he was at UA. Nezu and All Might are just like, how the fuck did you get your arm back? If it was just... Aizawa says, long story. They explain it. The boss hits Izuku for letting Aizawa escape and, doing that stupid thing, but, this is when they hear something really, really strange. And that is, well, one, they congratulate Deku for using an Imperial arm his first try, and two, the fact that he was able to use another Imperial arm without any repercussions. To which Deku says, it's the Morpher. Now that he is the Ranger, he can use literally any one of their Imperial arms and it's not going to hurt him. There's no drawbacks for him. His body was changed to handle the power, since pretty much the Ranger was the counteraction to, Imperial arms. So, yeah. Just like the backup plan. So, yes. Now, Deku, once he sees Chelsea again, he just blushes red, and Chelsea sees this and asks him, take it, like, what's wrong? Like, do you need something? Being kind of bitchy to him. And Deku's just like, no, it's just, he scratches his cheek as he looks at her and he's saying, she's just really cute. Akame, Leone, Shelley, not Shelley, Shell, and Mine, Mamane, Fei, Fufusa, whatever. The girls are just looking at Chelsea as she's like bright red, blushing. The guys just grab Izuku saying, attaboy, attaboy, get it. Chelsea single. Chelsea throws something at Lovelock for saying that because, privacy, but it is what it is. Deku and Chelsea, they're like looking at each other now, both bright red, when, boss just walks in and saying, if you two date, that's fine, but no meh during a mission, okay? As, she walks away telling them goodnight. Everyone else is starting laughing because the boss is saying, just don't fuck on the mission. And y'all are good. So no. Deku, he's just like, that'd be kind of fun. I wonder how much trouble I'd get for fucking on a mission. Gotta stop, think. Mine, she goes up to Izuku, and she just nudges him saying, so when are you gonna ask her out? And Chelsea's just like, wait, shut up, it's, because she does think Deku's kind of cute, but she's not gonna just openly go, yeah, let's go on a date. Deku's just like, he looks at Mine dead in the eyes, and he's just like, do you want to go out? And she just bluntly says, no, and walks off and just runs off to her room. And Deku's just like, oh, ow, my pride. Leone just wraps her arms around Izuku and she's saying, don't worry, big guy. She likes you. You can totally tell. Which, Akame nods. Shell, she nods. Mine, she's nodding. And they're like, yep, you two make a cute couple. And just for the sake of shits and giggles, Tatsumi's just like, yeah, now we have a Cosmo and Wanda couple. The green and the pink. Which, Mine gets kind of mad at. Because, like, is there a problem with pink hair? If he wants a Cosmo and Wanda relationship, she can just date Lovelock and call it good. And Tatsumi's just like, no, please don't break up with me, please. And she's just like, damn, you're pathetic. I love you though. And Tatsumi's just like, yay, my itty bitty titty girlfriend. I'm fucking horrible. Well, this is almost at an hour, so I think I'm gonna end it off here, since the canon of the story doesn't really apply here. But yeah, when I come back, we'll go into Deku going in a hunt for another Imperial arm, which that's pretty much how this storyline is gonna be. Deku's gonna be hunting down Imperial arms and fighting other groups, and the next one, it'll be the next mission, Deku, Mine, Tatsumi, Lovelock, that is our four-man squad, and they will be retrieving the special. Fuck, what was it? Hold up. They were after the two Imperial arms in this one: Thunder God's Rage, Abra Milk, and the Dimensional Formation Shambhala. So they're off to two Imperial arms, and yeah, four-man squad. You know, for fun. And, you know, this is where I'm gonna end it. I hope y'all enjoy. I'm gonna have to put my phone to charge. Fuck. Oh well. So yeah, in this one, a fun what if that I was thinking of, in Deku being a Power Ranger, why not add Night Raid? In case you're wondering, is S-Death in here? Yeah, she is. Is she gonna be shipped with Izuku? No, not in this one. That's a different one. Because in this one, though Izuku can use Imperial arms, his power source is pretty much just staying as, Power Ranger. Now, Deku, I am going to make one where he does get in Crucio, but that's for a later time. However, I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. And have a good one. I'll be uploading tomorrow. What I upload is whatever I draw from my hat. So I'll let y'all know. Bye.